What's up YouTube, Playmatter here, and as you know I love the Shaddolls mirror match, especially when I'm using my JD Shaddolls versus a regular Shaddolls deck. So here's our game. So I don't know what he's playing, and yeah, so he's going first. He sets one end, so I'm like, okay, well I'll summon Denko Sekka, and then I can resolve both Shaddolls Fusion and El Shaddolls Fusion this turn. There was a couple of cheeky people last time who got the deck list just from when I was searching in Mermail, so I've gone through a lot of effort to keep the deck list a secret. As I said, we've resolved El Shaddolls Fusion and Shaddolls Fusion, and then we attack with all of them. He does actually Gauze though, so I'm like, okay, well he had a mistake set. Why would he have a Gauze in hand? So you know, he's probably quite a bad player at this point in my mind. I'm like, okay, I'll kill the Gauze just, you know, because I didn't want him to make a rank 7, and depending on what deck he was playing, I guess. But it turns out he's playing Shaddolls, so I was like, oh, okay. He has the Shaddolls Fusion and is activating the Hedgehog and searching. So, you know, he does get a little bit of a plus out of that. I'm still in an okay position. I've got a Shaddolls Fusion in hand, and if he does destroy either of my constructs, then obviously I get an El Shaddolls Fusion back as well. Yeah, so he sets a Falco. He uses Construct to attack the Denko, which is kind of confusing actually, because now he El Shaddolls Fusions with the token. I'm like, well, surely you should have just attacked with the token. But yeah, no, he forgot and misplayed. So he sends Core to add back his fusion spell, and then he attacks my Falco. I'm like, flip it face down is quite a, you know, normal thing that you would do when just revealing Falco. And he's like, it's like, dude, I'm using Falco's effect to bring it back. It's like, and he's like, okay. So at this point I'm like, God, this guy is terrible. Another Denko. I'm like, right. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? I've got so many cards in the field. What's the best way to do it all? And I'm like, right, well, if I can get an El Shaddolls Fusion as well, then I can resolve both. You know, this turn. You know, that's definitely the aim when you're playing these games of. Sometimes when you're playing the Shaddolls mirror, you play the game of like, keep your fusions and extra deck off the field, and then other games you just play like both players are playing the fusions, so you can just hit really hard. And I much prefer this version, to be honest, where you just kind of have to fuse and fuse and fuse, and you know, both players use all like a load of resources, and you know, it's a much more complex game than just kind of summon dragon attack, summon Denko attack, you know. So I'm thinking of the best way to discard, to make sure his Falco doesn't resolve. So I use Denko to attack and then use Shek to negate him, discarding the dragon which I searched earlier from Hedgehog. Dragon hits the Book of Moon, which is actually quite crucial. Like, if you think about it in this particular matchup, you know, as soon as he kills my Denko, he can just Book of Moon the Shekanaga and you know, kill the Shekanaga. So I decided to trade off both of my constructs to get the fusions back. I've used all 3 construct now, but I'm thinking, you know, if he's only got 900 life points, then I've got enough resources to, you know, to go for game next turn, really. And I can discard Core with Shek, so that I'm not actually discarding any cards at all for Shek's effect. He is going for the construct straight away. I'm like, okay, fine. He doesn't declare whether he's using Construct's effect, so we have a little bit of a 2-minute argument, and essentially he just uses, you know, when I use Shek, he uses Econ instead to allow his Construct to resolve, and he searches like a Falco from the discarded Hedgehog from the deck, and then he goes Math, and hasn't got anything left to send with Math, so he sends a Denko Sekka, and then attacks, and then makes his own Shekanaga with my Shekanaga and his Math. To summon, you know, Shekanaga and attack again for 2600. So I top deck the BLS. It's like, that was quite a good draw. I'm not sure if I actually could have done anything if I hadn't have drawn the BLS or a JD, or you know, some form of out to, or something that's bigger than Shekanaga. So really happy with just having done a Darren Stevenson top deck that BLS and Shaddolls. Yeah, so I decided to make all the field I can not to activate my BLS's effect, just in case you know, just in case it works in the same way that Dolka does with BLS. I think it does, I'm not sure. And then obviously my chain goes up to 2100 to attack over the core's defense and attack for game. And we've got game 2. Start out with a pretty mediocre hand. I've got too many boss monsters in hand. This is why I don't play BLS usually. It's just one of those things I'm testing. I did have a subscriber suggest Honest to me, so I'm testing those as well. I'm really liking them in the deck at the moment. So he goes into Math and sends Squamata, and I believe he's sending Hedgehog. I think he's just. I think he just meant to send the Hedgehog to grave and add the Squamata, and then use Squamata's effect. I'm not sure what happened there. Actually, I didn't notice that whilst we were playing. They had added to hand instead of to grave with the Squamata. So yeah, he had to reveal to prove that he doesn't have anything else in his deck to banish for Eclipse Weapon because it's mandatory. So there's his deck. Don't worry, if you want to have a look through this, then I'll put it at the end of the video. And then he attacks with Construct. I'm like, okay, maybe I should keep Gareth alive just in case I draw into another Lightsworn. So I'm going to Honest that actually. Put myself in a better position for the following turn, because I really haven't got anything if I let that Gareth die. Unfortunately, I draw into the Falco, so a couple of options. I could go for a Sahemoth here, but I decided obviously not to. He chains his own Elshol Fusion to mine to make Shek. So I'm like, okay. So I've got Breakthrough Skill engraved if he tries to stop the Construct. So I use Construct's effect. He doesn't try and negate it. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I think he's hoping that I'll enter the beginning of the damage step with Construct and then won't be able to break through skill in. But so yeah, I summon the BLS. I'm kind of just letting him think if he might have a response, and I'm just checking that I can indeed go for game with this if I summon the Squamata, and pretty much guarantee game if I go with the Squamata. If that isn't a Mirror Force, he could be siding the Mirror Force. Especially since he's obviously siding and maining for Necros as well. But yeah, no, so goes through, he's been breakthrough'd and he quits. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Here's his deck profile. If you did like this video, please give it a great big thumbs up and do subscribe to show your support. It does mean a lot. And yeah, as I say, if I get 20 likes, I'll post my own Judgment Dragon Shaddoll deck profile for the April format. Play Matter, signing out.